Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Pro Wrestling Podcast with Lee Burt. I am your host, Lee Burt. Right off the bat, I need you guys to do me a solid. Go right down there, click that subscribe button. It only takes a few seconds of your time and you'll really be helping me out. Also, if you haven't visited yet, check out the Facebook page, www.facebook.com/theprowrestlingpodcast. I've got a question for you guys this week. What if Kanye West had have chosen a career in professional wrestling? Is that guy not the best heel ever? If I were Beck, it would have been a kick to the gut and a stone cold stunner. Believe that. He is one classless dude, and if I could sucker punch anybody in the United States, it might be him. Enough about the hip-hop world, though. This is the pro wrestling world. I want to give a quick shout-out to NWA Smoky Mountain Wrestling. They've got a big show coming up this Thursday at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium in Kingsport, Tennessee. If you're in the area, go check that out. Support these guys. If you need more information on that, it's nwasmokymountain.com. I have another question for you guys starting off this podcast. I was sitting around Sunday night watching Total Divas, as I normally do on Sunday nights. And it's no secret, the show is rated TV-14. It's on the E Network. Majority of the show was based around Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan's sex life. And I'm sitting here wondering, why am I forced to watch a PG-rated Raw where they can barely use profanity to forward the story? Not saying they should all use profanity, but sometimes it does add a sense of urgency to the program. Why am I forced to continually hear these lines like, "I'm gonna kick your teeth down your throat"? Sure, they can say that the WWE wrestling program draws a younger demographic, but I would argue that there's just as many young women, young teenage girls, that watch the Total Divas program, and they look up to those divas as role models. So, I'm not sure how they're getting away with a TV-14 rating on that, and talking about risque topics, when they have a watered-down version of the wrestling program, which is their top money maker. There would be no Total Divas show on the E! Network if it wasn't for WrestleMania 1 with Hulk Hogan and Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful. So, I'm just a little perplexed by that. Anyway, I thought we had a pretty average Raw last night. It had a few good moments. They're still really building up the rivalry that will happen at Fast Lane between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns. Daniel Bryan is certainly way more over. You can tell that just by watching the program when he comes out, getting all the yes chants and everything. They're also starting to build with a little bit of steam toward this Cena versus Rusev match. And I thought they did a good job of getting Rusev over, and I enjoyed the promo he cut. I thought it was pretty cool. That should be a good match, and it is actually for the United States Championship. And I'm glad they did that because it gives a little bit of importance to the United States Championship. And I think that for a long time, the only championship that's really mattered has been the World Heavyweight Championship. We need to make the other belts mean something. We need to make those titles something that all the guys really want. And they're also trying to do that, I feel like, with Dean Ambrose, wanting his picture on WWE headquarters wall with the Intercontinental Championship. But he's going to have to get through Bad News Barrett to do that. It'll be interesting to see if they go ahead and pencil that match in for Fastlane or if they hold off till WrestleMania. I don't think there would be much argument that the coolest segment of the night was the Triple H promo in the ring, calling out Sting, wanting an answer if he's going to be at Fastlane to meet him in the middle of the ring for a showdown. That segment was just really well done. Sting wasn't there, but the way they did the lights and the vignette up on the screen, and just the lighting, the fake Sting in the ring, Triple H, freaking out, was a really well-produced segment. Really enjoyed that. And to be quite honest, at this point, with what I know or what I assume is going to be the WrestleMania card, this is the only match that really has sparked any interest for me. We got some vignettes showing us that Sheamus will be returning soon. I still think they should make it a point to turn him heel and let him win the Battle Royal this year at WrestleMania. I think that would be a good starting point to kind of re-establish him. That leaves me to wonder, when is Randy Orton going to be making his return? I figured maybe at the Royal Rumble, but no, and he still hasn't made his televised return. So you got to think that's coming up pretty soon. The rumors say that it's going to be Seth Rollins and Randy Orton at WrestleMania, so really need to get some steam behind that. Who will Rollins be working at Fast Lane? Maybe Ryback? It's looking like a Bray Wyatt versus Dolph Ziggler match could happen. Get Wyatt as over as we possibly can before the Undertaker match that's rumored to be happening at WrestleMania, which I'm still highly against. But it doesn't really matter what I think, because it looks like that's the way they're going with it, just based on Bray Wyatt's promos as of late. What did you guys think about the announcement that Rikishi would be the next to join the Hall of Fame this year? Sure, congratulations to Rikishi, but I think there's a lot of guys that could probably have been in there before him. It'll definitely be a nice little rub for the Usos. The main thing that I've found interesting in the past couple days is that there is a rumor surfacing now that even though he was against it at first and said he would not be hijacked by the fans like he was last year, Vince McMahon is actually considering a triple threat match for WrestleMania 31 featuring Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns against, Daniel Bryan. Rumor is he held a meeting and said that this could be a possibility. If that's the case, what's going to happen at Fastlane? How are we going to get out of that match? Double DQ? Who knows? I really think that if Lesnar hasn't re-signed a deal and isn't going to re-sign a deal, and you needed to get the belt off of him, I think you missed your chance with the triple threat match at Royal Rumble, because that would have been a great way to get the belt off without hurting him. Now we're having another triple threat match, and even though I think Daniel Bryan can go, I just don't see the same chemistry there between Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar that I think was there between John Cena, Seth Rollins, and Brock Lesnar. And again, they've just built Brock up to be such a beast, I don't see how anybody's going to beat him one-on-one. If they do a triple threat match, then there's another way out. You can get the belt off of him without beating him. But if he's just going to go away after WrestleMania, then it's kind of a cheap way to do it, I think. I don't know. We'll know more after Fastlane, I'm sure. You guys don't forget to tune in to WWE Network Wednesday night. They're having another NXT special. This one's called Rival, I believe. And they always knock these out of the park. They're always really great shows. Wednesday night, WWE Network. You don't want to miss that. It's free all this month for new subscribers. That's right, the whole month of February. If you have not subscribed to WWE Network before and you would like to see what it's all about, you can subscribe right now for free. And through the end of February, you get access to all of the content for free. You cannot go wrong getting a service for free. So if you haven't checked it out yet, saw what all the hype was about, this would be a great time to do it. I think you should jump on that. Let's briefly run over the TNA Lockdown results. James Storm and Abyss retain their titles against the Hardy Boys. Awesome Kong goes over Havoc. Bobby Roode defeats Eric Young. Tyrus defeats Mandrews and Rockstar Spud. And Team Angle defeats the Beatdown Clan. Not all that much to talk about in Lucha Underground this week. They're still building Cage to be the company's top heel. They're making him a monster. It was great to see Alberto El Patron in the last segment of the show, though. I wonder if he'll be back this Wednesday. Lucha Underground, Rey Network. Check it out. This week's WWE Network Match of the Week is not for the faint of heart, because this was a bloodbath. It is JBL. He's an announcer now, but he used to be the top heel in the company. JBL versus the late Eddie Guerrero from Judgement Day 2004. And if you are squeamish, you should probably skip this match of the week. But if you've got a strong stomach, this is a great match, great storytelling, and just a brutal, brutal match. So check that out on WWE Network. Don't forget, it's free this month to new subscribers. Free! Well, that's about all the time we have for this week's podcast. I want to remind you again, if you like what I'm doing here, subscribe right there. That button right there. Subscribe. Click that button. It only takes a few seconds of your time, and every time you click subscribe on my page, baby kittens purr. Also, go check out the Facebook page, www.facebook.com/theprowrestlingpodcast. Like that page, like the posts on there, talk to all the other wrestling fans around the world. Tell me what you like about the show, tell me what you don't like about the show, Tell me I'm an idiot, whatever you like. It's your forum. I hope all you guys and girls have a great week. I will see you next time on the Pro Wrestling Podcast.